I don't know, it just seems like the lighting is again off. But anyway, let's just do it and get it out the way so I can get back to work. Hey everybody, welcome to this Friday version of Real Talk. When I do these videos and like the music in the background, when I create this type of music, I try to find videos that kind of coincide with the tone to kind of get you to like kind of rock with it, you know, while you're listening to some real talk, some reality. So when I'm doing this, I'm kind of researching a lot of stuff on the internet to try to piece it together, like I said, like a deck of cards that'll actually work in its favor to go with the music. And you come across a lot of things that you never learned in school. In fact, not only did you not learn it in school, they kept it hidden from you for so long that you don't think that is true. But then the corroboration start kicking in and you start seeing reality and the truth to what we're really all about. And that's what Real Talk is really all about. The real talk to real life, the things that they really kept from us. So again, welcome to NCS Live, this Real Talk version on a Friday, and enjoy the tone, enjoy the video. And again, this is just an intro just to let you know that I'm okay, I'm all right, I'm healthy. But like I said, I'm trapped off in this room all the time, doing the work back to back. And I'm not gonna stop until it all gets done. But then it really never gets done because there's always another project. So it kind of just steamrolls on and on and on. Happy Friday, welcome to NCS Live, and this is Real Talk.
You look at a lot of our neighborhoods, the fast food restaurant chains predominate in all of the black neighborhoods. This is not a coincidence. When the black community came under attack by the CIA and FBI in the early 70s, late 60s, when the crack was dropped off in the 80s, the mass incarceration of black men led to the disintegration of the black family. Capitalism, seeing this, rushed in to capitalize on the fact that black people were no longer operating as family. If we're not operating as family, we're not eating as family, which means that we're often eating alone and on the go. The fact that many black parents have to work 2 and 3 jobs to pay the bills dictates I gotta get my breakfast on the move, my lunch on the move, my dinner on the move. So capitalism saw this and they said, hey, we can get paid off the fact that black people are often on the go and have to eat as they go, that they have to eat a low energy diet, a low income diet, and then on top of that, they're not eating as a family, which means they're spending more time outside of the home. So this situation, believe it or not, our diet is largely related to the systematic destruction of the black family.
In America, black men marry outside their race more than the men of every other race put together. In the United States, marries outside of theirs, speaking of percentages. What is it about the black man that has him so addicted to any other woman except his own? And it is the psychology of self-hatred. I look in the mirror and I don't like the way Umar Johnson looks. I definitely don't want my son or daughter resembling me. So what I'm going to do is conduct my own eugenics experiment. And I'm going to find a woman who has nothing in common with the women of my race. So when I look at my children, I don't have to see my black face. And added to this is the fact that black women in America are the least likely to get married. Black women, only 1 out of 4 will get married. When I went to college, most of the white girls were married before we graduated. The black girls, some of them in their 40s, still not married. Most of this has to do with America's war against the black man that incarcerates and exterminates him. But some of this also has to do with the fact that us educated black men, once we get our doctorate degrees, our advanced master's degrees, we think we're too good for the black woman, and we run out and go marry someone else's daughter.
I'll bet most people don't know this about you. You're brushed with, let's start with the day you were born. Who paid for the hospital bill?
Okay, her research is very good. We're professionals. This is the King family paid for my hospital bill.
Not my family.
Not your family, but
Martin Luther King Jr.
and Coretta.
And how did that come about?
Well,
hey, did you guys know that about Julia Roberts? That's what I said. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King Jr. Why did they do that? Because
Well,
your dad, Walter Roberts.
yes, and obviously because my parents couldn't pay for the hospital bill, my parents had a theater school in Atlanta called the Actors and Writers Workshop. And one day, Coretta Scott King called my mother and asked if her kids could be part of the school because they were having a hard time finding a place that would accept her kids. And my mom was like, sure, come on over. And so they just all became friends and they helped us out of a jam.
Yeah, because in the 60s, you didn't have little black children interacting with little white kids in acting school.
Right.
And your parents were like, come on in.
Yeah.
I think that's extraordinary.
Yeah.
And it sort of lays the groundwork for who you are.
It was calculated and it was intentional. Should receive their just due. However, we just so happen to be the number one group of people who do not receive our just due. And at that point now, it's very disrespectful. The Asians receive theirs. The Jewish state of Israel receives $8 to $10 billion off the top every year on the year since the mid-1940s, and their Holocaust didn't even happen here. Are you telling me the Chinese receive theirs? Not a problem. The Italians, because you hung 11 of them off the coast, they receive some too. All the rest of these people get their bag. But when it comes to us, those who built the nation, quite literally, were there other people who added certain pieces? Sure, America brought in people and forced them to do certain things. Internment camps for the Japanese, Chinese, different people, all that exists. You have all of this happening in the black community as well. And you don't give a damn about black folk. Why? Because they still use us as a commodity today. They still need us today. In the prisons, today. They have insurance policies, not only on rappers, but on prisoners, today. It's all happening at this moment. So I can't acknowledge you because I'm still using you. I'm still benefiting from you. So I can't, it's a conflict of interest financially. So maybe down the line is their intention. We may give you something back. And they're gonna say this, we can't afford it because they're so far calculated that they owe us between 50 to 52 trillion dollars. And that's just University of Ottawa over in Canada. One of the professors just calculated $8 an hour, for all the hours of free labor, boom, 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 calculated that for roughly, I think, over 100 years. And they came up with that figure for all of the over 40 million of us, etc. And the numbers, please fact check those numbers, but that's the idea. And they said that's roughly the amount that we are owed. And they said, we can't afford it. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but didn't you just send Kiev, Ukraine over $1 billion? Yeah, didn't you send more money after that? Didn't you send money to Afghanistan for something like that? You're sending money everywhere, but you're saying you can't afford it. No, print some more.
Y'all laughing, ain't no reason to be mad and shit. We're getting around winter time. Niggas and shit's changing up. Shit changing up. You find out what kind of car you got around this time, nigga. A lot of you niggas got summer cars. You know those summer cars started up the whole summer. One pinch of cold, nigga. Your car. What the fuck is wrong with this? You mad cause you had to be at work at 8. It's 8:15. Your car's still going. Come on, motherfucker. I should have came out here at 7:30. God. That motherfucker tried to kick on it. Trigger. Goddamn.
house, it ain't no conversation. It ain't no negotiation. They get up and do what the hell I told them to do. I got a problem I want you to solve. Okay, Tony? This is your problem. Medea told Tony to go upstairs, 13 stairs, and call 10 digits to get some help with her homework. Tony said she ain't doing it, sat back on the sofa and folded 2 of her arms and rolled 2 of her eyes. Medea grabbed Tony by 2 of her ankles, dragging her up the stairs, hitting her head on every step. How many bruises will little Tony have by the time she get to the emergency room at Grady Hospital?
Medea, I don't want to know the answer to that.
Then get the hell upstairs.